She screamed, "Arrest him!" while pointing straight at me, but I was standing on my own grass. My heart pounded, not from guilt but from shock. A middle-aged woman in baggy sweatpants and fury on, her face was spraying something. At my service dog, who lay calmly, trained to ignore chaos. The 4 officers standing behind her looked confused, caught between her loud voice and my silence. "He's trespassing! He doesn't even live here!" she shrieked, waving a fake-looking paper. I took 1 step forward, holding out my ID. "This is my house, my land, my dog." "You're standing in my yard," she scoffed, shaking her head with fake confidence. "Not anymore. The HOA voted you out." The cops exchanged glances, unsure. My dog lifted his head, sensing the tension. That's when I realized Karen wasn't just loud, she had planned this. And I wasn't her first target. She shoved the fake HOA notice into one officer's chest. "Look, this is official." He broke community rules. "He can't live here!" The paper looked like it had been printed from a home computer, with shaky fonts and a stamp smudged in ink. The officer frowned but didn't say much, as if waiting for me to explain. I felt the heat rising, but I kept my calm. "You know what's funny?" I said, voice steady. "This house was built before the HOA even existed. They don't own me, and they don't own this land." Karen's face twitched. Her fake authority was cracking, but she doubled down. "Don't believe him. He keeps dangerous animals. He violates safety codes. His dog attacked me." The officer's eyes turned to the dog, lying like an angel on the grass, not moving an inch. Karen's voice wavered just for a second, but she quickly faked a cough and pointed at the officers again. "Do your job! Arrest him now!" That's when the first shock hit. A tow truck pulled up, flashing yellow lights, and a man jumped out with a clipboard. "Got orders to remove a black pickup truck. Belongs to this guy?" He pointed at me. My stomach dropped. My truck was my only ride, and it was parked legally in my driveway. "Who sent you?" I asked. He shrugged, flipping papers. "HOA President, Karen Winters," she smirked, arms folded like a queen watching her command carried out. "That's right," she sneered. "We warned you. You're done here." I felt humiliation stab at me. My truck in front of my neighbor's about to be taken. My dog whined low, picking up my distress. But deep down, I knew something Karen didn't. She thought I was powerless. She thought this was just another easy win. But I wasn't just any homeowner, and this wasn't going to end the way she imagined. The tow driver reached for the hook, but I stepped forward. "Touch it, and you'll regret it." The officers moved closer, but not to me, to Karen. "Ma'am, we need real documents," one said. "This looks fake." She gasped dramatically. "Are you saying I'm lying? I've been running this neighborhood for years." My eyes locked with the officer who seemed most skeptical. "Check county records. Title, deed, everything. My name is there. And hers? Nowhere." Karen's voice broke into shrill pitches. "Don't listen to him. He's dangerous. She froze as I pulled out my phone and pressed play. A video filled the air, Karen herself. Last week, screaming at a family down the street, threatening to take their house too. The officers' faces hardened. "This isn't the first time?" one asked. I let the video play. Her words were undeniable. "If you don't pay me, I'll call the cops and make your life hell." Her mask slipped. She lunged toward me, trying to snatch the phone. But my dog shifted, standing between us like a silent shield. The officers stopped her mid-swing, holding her back. "He's manipulating you," she screeched. "He's a fraud!" But the tow truck driver scratched his head, stepping back slowly. "Lady, I don't think this is legal. I'm not touching his truck." Karen spun on him, red-faced, spitting venom. "Do it or I'll sue you too." But it was crumbling. Neighbors began stepping out from their homes, recording on their phones. Murmurs grew. Everyone had their own story of Karen's bullying. One neighbor shouted, "She tried to fine me for planting flowers." Another added, "She told my kid to move out of his own yard." The officers now looked less like bystanders and more like men preparing to make an arrest. Karen realized too late. The stage she set for me was turning against her. Just when it seemed like she might back down, she played her biggest card yet. She pulled out her phone and dialed a number on speaker. "Yes, Chief? It's Karen. Send backup. This man is threatening me and resisting HOA orders." For a chilling moment, I thought she really had pull with the police. But then the truth dropped. A deep voice answered, annoyed. Karen, stop calling this number. We told you last time. Impersonating law enforcement is a crime. The crowd gasped. The officers stiffened. One stepped forward. Wait, you've been pretending to call us? She hung up fast, muttering excuses. No, you don't understand. I was just... But the lie was exposed. The cop's voice thundered. You've been wasting resources, harassing citizens, and faking authority. Karen's face went pale. She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. For the first time, her weaponized noise had failed her. Silence was her punishment now. The officers didn't hesitate. Turn around, ma'am. Cold steel clicked as handcuffs locked around her wrists. She wailed, twisting, but they held firm. The tow truck drove off without touching my truck. My neighbors cheered softly, relief washing over them like sunlight after a storm. One officer turned to me. You want to press charges? I nodded. For trespassing, harassment, animal endangerment, and impersonating police. My service dog sat down beside me, calm as ever, as if he knew the battle was won. Karen's eyes burned holes into me, but she was done. Her reign, her fake power, her staged drama, it all ended in front of the people she once controlled. And it wasn't just about me. This was about every family she had bullied. Every lie she told, every false threat she screamed. Justice had finally caught her. And it was louder than she ever was. As the police car pulled away, neighbors clapped me on the back. One whispered, "You saved this street." I shook my head. No, I just stood up. But we all needed this. My dog leaned into my leg, eyes soft, sensing the peace returning. The officer handed me a copy of the report. She'll be charged. And if she tries this again, call us. I looked around at the faces, families, kids, veterans, immigrants, all people who just wanted to live free on their land. I raised my voice so they could all hear. No one has the right to take away what we've worked for. Not an HOA, not a fake Karen, not anyone. Phones were still recording, but I didn't care. This was bigger than going viral. It was about freedom, about standing ground, about not being silenced by bullies. I looked at my dog, then at the sky. This land is ours, and it always will be.